Hello, welcome back to more Feed the Beast. As always, this is Sinapse. Today we're doing a bit of, well, just about everything, really. It's going to be kind of a catch-up to show where I've gotten, and what I've done. We're going to do some new stuff, and it's all going to come together into a glorious episode. So what has changed? I built more of these because one of them was not enough to power everything. Where is my GregTech staff, which I also made. I think I didn't have this last episode. This shows how much charge is each thing. So that is almost at 30,000. It's at 99% charged. This is at 83% charged. This is actually at 94% charged. It's 235,000 neutral charge in it. We have 468 in the actual thing because it's continually feeding this. This has 7,000, 24%. This has almost 20,000, which is 19%. This is the kill factor smelt stuff. That's the repairing thing, which is very useful. You just stick your sword in. You can see the data values are going down. I put some focuses. Charge focuses make it go faster. Mana focuses make it require less mana. You can see I did the same over here for this, so it can smelt faster, because that's really slow smelting. It's going to make a really loud sound really soon here. There we go, made that sound. Scared me the first time, no big deal. We're going to sleep real quick before we start having to deal with zombies. So that is the main change of that. I just built more of them so I could do more things at the same time, basically. Because I was trying to smelt a lot of stuff. Next thing, Tinker's Construct. I actually did this off camera because it required a lot of tinkering. Oddly enough, in a mod called Tinker's Construct, and who knew you had to tinker. For those people that want a tutorial, there's tutorials out there. I'm going to run down the basics right now. So, there is a book that you get when you spawn in. It's called Materials and You. And it basically says how to start the mod. So if you take 2 sticks, 2 planks, you get a blank pattern. You take blank pattern plus wood, you get a stencil table. You can get part crafter, pattern chest, tool station, and eventually you take that tool station, take it into a tool forge. To do that, you need seared bricks, which look like this, and that's not the right book. Seared bricks, I should be somewhere in here. Maybe. Thought it was in here somewhere. Okay, nope. Well, I can just do it with NEI. So seared bricks are made of, or seared bricks are made of a seared brick. Seared brick is made by smelting grout. Grout is just sand, gravel, and clay. Each one gets you 2, which will then get you 2 bricks. So every 1 brick block, you need to make 2 of these patterns. So 2 sand, 2 gravel, 2 clay things. Then you make all these. This is the part builder. That's the stencil table, pattern chest. To start making your first patterns, you put the blank pattern in here, and then you do next pattern, and it will give you like a pickaxe head. You get like a sword blade, wide board pattern. I got the basic ones, and that will get you your first patterns. Patterns are used to make your basic stuff. Using a part builder, you put. So let's just do a pickaxe head. Pickaxe head and wood. Why not? We'll have a wooden pickaxe head, and then you'll take this out and you can build your first picks this way. But that doesn't allow you to do anything with metals. To do metals, you need the seared brick blocks, and you need to make this multi-block structure. So these are seared bricks. You can see. We're gonna jump inside here. This is a 3x3, so 9 blocks on the ground, and then you do 1 out on each side. So it's a 5x5 structure of the seared bricks. Within that seared brick structure, you need to have a smeltery controller. Which you can see is just, it's basically a chest. And then you need to have at least 1 seared tank, and I have 1. And that is just the same thing like a chest, but with a piece of glass in the middle. And that holds the lava that runs the furnace. We'll get into that later. You also need a smeltery drain, which is just 6 bricks. I don't have a crafting table, but let's assume this is a crafting table right here, these 9. You just do left and right, and 3 are blank in the middle, so you just use 6 brick pieces, and that makes you the drain. Then you need to make a faucet, which is just a V, like you're making a bucket out of the brick. And then you're going to need a casting table, which is just, you know, a table shape out of the bricks. But it's like more like pants than a table, but you know. So then you need a casting table, and then you're basically good. That is really all you need to make your basic Tinker's Construct stuff. You won't have a tool forge, but you'll have the tool maker. It'll have like half of this stuff unlocked, so that you can make the basic stuff, but not the stuff that requires metal. Just make the stuff that requires metal. You're gonna need to gather aluminum and copper are the 2 big things, because you're going to want to make casts. And casts are different than patterns, because patterns are indented, so whatever you put the material in is in there. But it's like wood, so it can't handle the metal. So you're going to make your first part, and it's going to be like a pickaxe head. Do I have anything in here? No, I guess we could actually make a pickaxe head. We'll do it just for fun. That's not right. We want to make part builder. So we're going to make that wooden pickaxe head, just to demonstrate what you're going to need to do. For those of you who haven't done this before. For those of you who had, who just skip ahead. So you go over to your casting table, and you're going to right click on the casting table, and it's going to place it in there. Now if you smelt aluminum and... does this have it in there? No, I don't think it would. No, maybe it does. If you smelt aluminum and... possibly, no. Aluminum and copper. Let's finish that sentence finally. Aluminum and copper will make a alloy. Okay, so here's the basic setup. You need to have all this stuff with a drain. It has to be at least 1 layer. I suggest 2, because then you can just have more stuff. Bronze, copper, and tin. Aluminum, brass. If you put 3 aluminum and 1 copper in, once you right click on here, and then you just click it in here, and it'll have this progress bar, and it'll go in there. This is the amount of lava. I don't know why it doesn't show up. I have just over 3 buckets left. If I started smelting stuff, it probably would show up. So you get aluminum brass, and then you want to right click on the drain, and that will drain the aluminum brass out around this shape, and that will give you a cast out of aluminum brass, which you then use to make, we're just going to delete that because I don't care, to make those parts out of metal. So this is an ingot cast that I've been using, but you can see I made the pickaxe head, tool rod, and tool binding. Those are the 3 components of a pickaxe. You can also make a casting basin, which I think is just the same as this, but you know, flipped upside down if I remember correctly. This will allow you to cast entire blocks, as you can probably figure out just by looking at it. It doesn't have a faucet on there because I've been using these 2 at a time just to make things faster. And to make the tool forge, you want to use this stencil, stencil table, and then no, it's not the stencil table. What is it? Casting table? It's definitely not the casting table. Forge. Tool forge is tool station with seared bricks on the top, and then you need 4 blocks of some metal. I actually used aluminum brass, so that's why it's this color. You can use iron, you can use steel if you really wanted to, you can use any metal basically. I just had leftover aluminum brass because I just put way too much in there, and so I made 4 solid ingots, or solid blocks out of that, and made my tool forge, which allows you to modify your tools essentially, as well as make them, of course. So once you cast the pieces of whatever, we're actually going to do this right now. We're going to take manelium, I don't know how to really say that honestly, and we want a head, but then we want the binding to be, okay, so this is going to just be 1 ingot worth of manelium, and then we want the binding, or the rod, to be obsidian. I think we want the binding to be obsidian too. We could do a paper binding, but I really don't care about the writability right now, and it's just quicker if I don't do that. So we want the pickaxe head to be this manalium, which is, I think, the best you can get. This is an obsidian ingot, which I made by smelting obsidian, like the black block in here, and then putting it into an ingot cast. So that's going to melt. It's going to heat up. We're going to cast our manalium head, and then our obsidian binding, and our... Actually, we only need one, because it's 0.5 and 0.5. Okay, we don't need two. Get ready, you. We don't want to waste things and have to cast them back. This is alumite, which you make out of... What is it? It's aluminum. Okay, alumite is aluminum, iron, and obsidian. And those are the respective ratios. Manalium is cobalt and ardite, which are two ores found in the nether, which I went and got stuff in. And then you can get other things like blood if you hurt yourself while you're in this multi-block structure. Emeralds from melting down villagers, glue, horses, slime islands. Ender if you melt enderman in here, if you can get them in there somehow. If you have like a spawner or whatever. So that's almost done. And then once we cast all those things, we're going to bring them to the tool forge, and we're going to make our tool. You can see that's the binding, the rod, and the pickaxe head. And we can name it to whatever we want. Currently, I have this pickaxe, which is not the manalium, the ardite, alumite. That's the one. Which you need to have alumite to get the ores in either the ardite and the cobalt, which cannot be mined by diamond tools. They're actually harder than diamond. And this stuff I can't repair in that, which is kind of sad. I also have a diamond fortune and efficiency 4 pick because I need a diamond to get obsidian to make that stuff. Yeah, so I required diamond pickaxe. That's actually my last diamonds. I don't have any more diamonds, but whatever. I really don't need any more for the time being. So you can see now we have molten manalium. So you can see we now have 2450 millibuckets, so every 1,000 is a bucket, so we have almost 2.5 buckets of fuel left, of lava. So our obsidian just melted, and our manalium, you can change the order on these by clicking on them. Obviously they're only one ingot, so it's really hard to do. To change the order, otherwise the one on the bottom will come out first. So we're doing manalium first, and that is our pickaxe head. You just right click on the faucet, and it drains out. And then we have a manalium pickaxe head. And it's just as easy as that. So then we do cool tool cast, and we do tool binding. Does that really take more than one? I thought I could do both at once. This is not set up correctly. I don't know. I haven't actually tried to use it, in all honesty. We're just gonna throw that in there. Alright, we need to put these casts back away because I don't have the inventory room. Alright, well, that was successful enough, although I couldn't do both at the same time. So now we have obsidian, manalium, obsidian. This should give us a really hard, durable pickaxe. So this has reinforced 3, just like this. It actually can add more reinforcement onto it. So we're just going to do this as silk pick, because I'm going to put silk touch on it. I just don't have the materials for it right now. So now we have a pickaxe, and we can go to this, which is the repair modification. If you put redstone on it, so first off, you can see I have 3 modifiers remaining. That means I can put 3 things on it. I'm going to put silk touch, I'm going to put the efficiency, and I'm going to put eventually a redstone capacitor on it, which will make it have electricity instead of durability, so basically recharge it with thermal expansion. But you see if I put this on there, it's going to say redstone 1 of 50. That 50 is actually not like the cap, it's just to the next level. So this will give it basically efficiency. It's called haste. If you put lapis, it will give it fortune, which they call luck. And you can give it silk touch, and then all these other sorts of things, which are all covered in mighty smelting. I'm not going to do that for now. That was just to show off the Tinker's Construct process as a quick tutorial for those of you who don't know. One of my villagers died, which is really sad. The guy that was in this house died because there wasn't a torch in there, and I think a zombie spawned in there. So now we only have one villager left. He's just chilling. Zombies are just attracted to him. It's a very nice thing because then they don't attack me. They just kind of all gravitate to this house, and I can just kill them if I wish. I moved my enchanting table into this house. I made it one wider, so it's symmetrical, and put the enchantment table in there. I moved another portal over here. I was having trouble sleeping in my bed because there was monsters nearby, and it turns out there was just a bug. But I tried for so long to do stuff. I moved my nether portal because of that. And I even, well, I'll just dig down here. I even dug out below because I thought that there was like monsters down here, so I dug out like the radius that it could have a mob that would affect my sleeping underneath there because I could not sleep. It turned out it was just some bug. I restarted the server and then I could sleep again. So all that work was for nothing, and that's why the nether portal is now over there. This is the explanation for that. But we should sleep now because I know we can now. It was great because it was always just like cannot sleep now, there are monsters nearby, cannot sleep now. And I put it on peaceful and everything, and I was just like, okay, well, obviously it's a bug. I'm going to restart. I tried looking for stuff online. There's nothing. So I just decided to restart, and it works, so I'm happy again. I have these essence berries. These actually don't require darkness like a lot of the other ore berries, or like all the other ore berries. And they give you experience, which is how I've been gaining a lot of experience getting enchantments. Last thing. I made mage armor. This is basically just, it's like wool plus some other stuff. Runes. Let's do mage. It's obviously from Ars Magica. You got mage hood, mage. It's all light blue wool plus some runes and like random other materials. It has really high enchantability, which is why this says Unbreaking 3, Magic Resistance 4, Fire Protection 4. And I have the rest of it, and I'm hoping to enchant them all with level 30s. It does this cool thing where it repairs itself based on your mana. So it sucks off your mana to repair it, so I don't have to use that auto repair thing, although I have it, which is why all this is also completely undamaged, because that thing is so awesome and OP. Alright, that was a lot of stuff, and we're not done yet. Now we get into the new stuff. We stop playing catch-up, and we get into new things. What has been holding me back in terms of this, and why this blew up, I still don't know, because it works now with nether brick, and witchwood have the same amount of modifiers according to the arcane compendium. If we go to structures, crafting altars, so we get witchwood is +3, nether brick also +3. I tested it in creative. Witchwood does not work. That book turning red, remember when I was like, why is that book red? That means it's going to blow up, apparently. Didn't know that. Nether brick works fine. So we have the same thing. I don't have those materials yet. I will be making it off camera. We will have a healing thing before next episode. Next episode, I'm going to put an update in for Ars Magica 2. It's going to add a whole bunch of stuff. It's also going to kind of break this system right here. I actually gave you a little bit of outdated information when I first said this. So this is a light nexus. It generates the light essence. This is a mana battery. Right now, it converts all the essences that's going into it into neutral. I have 95%. It's like, you know, the 239,000 neutral essence. In the update, it's going to convert its type to whatever the type coming in is, and it only can contain one type. So light essence will be stored as light essence, which means I can't use it in my neutral essence requirements, which means I'll need to make neutral and dark essence things for the respective essences. I can't just use it to convert to neutral by just having light essence, which is kind of sad. I'm gonna make this spell before I update, so I can not have to use that neutral essence. We're gonna have to look for liquid essence, because that's the only way you can get neutral essence then every time we want to make a spell. Other things, I leveled up a few times. I got mana regen to spell motion. I want to get this. This is augmented casting, which unlocks the most powerful form of casting. So you can see in the bottom right, I have like that half moon, and there's like the crescent moon. Augmented is full moon. It costs a lot of mana, but it It just makes everything really, really powerful. Didn't get anything new there. I got Gravity Well and Levitate, so I can... Basically, when you cast Levitate, it gives you like the creative mode where you double jump, but you can't fly. You only can hover. So you double jump, and then that maintains your elevation, but you can move around for as long as that's going. I also got Dispel because I want to get Zone, which is this. Life Tap, because this is eventually the summoning tree, which is pretty cool. And that's Charm, I think. The update's also going to be moving around some of those, so we'll see what happens with that. Yeah. So, anyway, back to what I was saying. One of the things that is holding me back is I have these glass things, and the next update or upgrade is gold, and then diamond, and then moonstone. Moonstone makes it work at night. That can be like redstone or gold or a lot of things. But I can't make any of those things because GregTech wants me to make a compressor first. So, today we are going to make a compressor. However, a compressor requires power. To get power, the simplest way is to make a generator. So, to get the generator, we need an iron furnace, 3 iron plates, and RE battery. Iron furnace, we need 5 iron plates and a furnace. Iron plates, you need a plate bending machine. That's a lie. You don't actually need it. I was very confused for a long time when I started playing the newer Feed the Beast because I had no idea how to get those iron plates. I'm like, well, the machine that that you can make iron plates with requires iron plates. How do I make this? Turns out you need Mega Hammer. Hammer is stick and iron. And then you take the hammer and you take ingots and you smack them out and it gives you an iron plate. But it requires 2 iron for every iron plate, so it grinds up a lot of iron. Anyways, we're going to make this. We're going to give it 5 iron plates. We're going to get an iron furnace. Then we want to make an RE battery, which is more stuff. So then we need 4 tin plates, which is the same deal. You take 2 tin ingots, put them under a hammer. Bam. We need tin cable and rubber. Tin cable, however, needs a tin plate and cutters. Cutters are 3 iron plates and irons. You can see this is really grindy. This is why GregTech has kind of been frowned upon recently, because it's just so grindy, and there's better options out there for tech that is less grindy. It's like, it's a cool mod, very cool stuff you can do with it, but just beginning off, it's very, very annoying, essentially. Luckily, I've done all this off camera, so we can do this. We put redstone in, we get tin plates, we get an RE battery. Then we put RE battery, put 3 iron plates, and we put our iron furnace, and we get a generator. Boom, achievement get. We're going to put our generator right here for now. This will get a building later. This is going to get put in a building. It's going to be moved over a little bit here, and this is going to have its own building. This is going to get a fence type thing around it. That's our enchanting area. It's going to have an anvil in there eventually. I've been too lazy to build an anvil. Alright, generator. Now for the thing that we actually want to make, and why we're doing this whole thing. We need to make a compressor. So this requires 6 stone, aluminum or machine casing, and then a circuit. So the circuit will start off with iron plate, 2 redstone, and 6 copper cables. So we have 6 copper, we have enough rubber, we can get 6 copper cables, we get it like this, iron plate, redstone, boom, we get a circuit. Next thing. This is there's a lot of different things. So the easiest one is this basic machine casing, which is 8 iron plates and a wrench. And wrenches are however many so that's 6 iron in like that. I already have one though, so we're not gonna make another one obviously. But I thought I would make the last plates on camera. We get 8 of these, put them around. Wait, what is this? I don't need a wrench there? Okay, well, I guess I don't need a wrench there. Turns out you can make it without it. That might have been one of the config things I did. Alright, automatic compressor. Put that here. Then we're going to make our massive coal supply start to dwindle down. Oh, wait. I already had some in my inventory. Put the coal in the generator. Then we're going to get some of our redstone. We're not going to just put 1 stack. We're going to put 2 stacks. And it's going to play a sound because GregTech has sounds apparently. And this is going to give us redstone, which we're going to put on top of our that. But we're also going to want gold to put on top of our light nexuses so that they can, it actually, I think it triples their output. So right now it gives us 5 essence per second, and then it'll give us 15 essence per second next upgrade. And then diamond, I think, is another, it's like another 5 times, so you get like 70 essence per second or something stupid. It's crazy. What I want to see is if I can repair iron hammer. No? Okay, well I can repair my pick. Which is really nice because I can just endlessly repair. I cannot repair the Tinker's Construct stuff though. Those can be repaired in the tool forge. So if I have my alumite pick and we put an alumite ingot there, it'll repair it. No XP cost or anything, which is pretty nice actually. So this is my fortune pick. I'm gonna put this in a silk touch. You can put silk touch on it using, nope, not this book. Using here, this will show. These are all the things you can make. There's lots of different weapons. Here's all the materials. So ardite, cobalt and ardite, and to make manilium. So if you put a diamond, it basically just makes it more resilient. It gives it 500 extra durability. Emerald will make it more resilient, but less so. If you put redstone on there, it gives you the haste, which is like efficiency. Auto repair, if you get moss, it will repair itself over time, which is kind of cool. If you get a lava crystal, it'll auto smelt. So to make that, you get the moss, you get 9 mossy, and then there's the one for the lava crystal. Lapis will make it get luck, which is fortune. Sharpness, fiery, that's fire aspect. Necrotic is actually kind of cool. It heals you on hit. Silky is what I want. Aluminum, brass, or gold. Basically, you need lots of string around a brass or gold nugget, and then that gives you silky cloth, and then you get 4 of those with a emerald, and you get a silky jewel. Put that on there. This is what I was saying, you can make it actually harder. You can get obsidian plates, which is 8 obsidian melted down and put into a plate cast, and it will make it harder. And you can actually stack it so much that it like can never break, which is kind of cool, which I'm probably going to do. Knockback on a sword, you put a piston. Beheading I want to check out. If you get an ender pearl and obsidian, it will behead and enemies drop their heads, which could be an easy way to get wither skeleton skulls, I feel. Made of arthropod, smite. And tool station, you can get electric, you can get flux, which is probably what we want to do. Redstone flux, you put it on there, you can recharge it. Really convenient so that you don't have to worry about durability. So I'm going to get like silk touch, I'm going to get as much like unbreaking as I can, and then probably put the redstone flux on there eventually, probably not right away. But anyways, let's go kill some zombies and then sleep in our bed. And our compressor is still making nice noises. But in the next Ars Magica update, there's this thing called sigils, which are really cool. And it allows you to do a lot of stuff automatically using Ars Magica, like farming. It will like grow stuff for you, and it will harvest crops for you. You can have it kill mobs, you can have it breed mobs. So you can have it kill mobs until there's 2 of them left, so you can like maintain a cow farm basically, and then have it auto breed and then auto kill the cows. So I'm gonna get all that stuff in the next episode, or before the next episode. I'm gonna kind of tinker around with it as much as possible. I don't know how much gold we're gonna need. Probably at least 2 stacks worth, because I have, what, that's 4 times 3, so that's 12. 12 times 9 is 108, so 124. Yeah, that should be around. I'll have a little bit extra in block form. And I actually could have smelted the gold down into molten gold and then cast it in the basin. But I wanted the ability to compress redstone and lapis and even coal, because I just have a lot of it right now, and it's really annoying. If you look at my like ore chest, it was pretty full. My dust chest is also getting up there, and then I have lots of coal and random other blocks in here. So it's kind of a needed thing that has been holding me back for too long, and now we can finally progress past it. Now that I have a generator, I can also probably, I guess I could build a macerator and like an auto smelter furnace instead of using coal to power my furnace. I could use coal to power my generator to then use the furnace. However, I don't really need to do that because, of course, I can just, take this, go out here, and put it in this thing, and it will double my ore automatically, plus give me Ventium dust. It takes kind of a long time, but it's not terrible. Like, I just leave it and just AFK or, like, go do whatever. And it's very convenient to just not have to worry about that. Plus, if I'm, like, out caving and then come back and I just put all my stuff in the repair thing and I just, go to sleep or whatever, and I wake up and everything's back to full durability. It's pretty freaking sweet setup. I really think Ars Magica is just the tits when it comes to these mods, which is why I've been doing so much with it. But also started dabbling in the, of course, Tinker's Construct stuff and a few other mods here and there, as I said I would, because you can't just be doing one thing forever. But I think that's gonna be about it for the episode. I'm not gonna use that much coal, honestly. Let's wait for this one block to come together, and then we can go place this on our altars. Let's just break this. I'm gonna do the outer ones first, because those are the ones that actually get drained. Jump back up on here. Make the jump this time. Boom. So now it's sparkly with golden effects. And of course, diamond is, the diamondy blue. So this will charge even faster now. Not that it really needs to, because it's at 99% already. This thing draws so much. Like, it's at 11% at 1,000 or 116,000. So you probably get 1,000,000 in there. It's probably 100%. If you think about 111,000 is 116,000 or whatever is 11%. Or no, that's 11,650. Okay, I'm stupid. So probably 100,000 is 100%. But still, it's a significant amount of energy to deal with. And I probably have to link those back up. Right click. Hopefully that is, all working. Right click. Alright. But yes, I think that will be the end of the episode. I'm going to make that healing spell off camera, and I guess we'll see the results of it next episode, when the Ars Magica stuff gets, kind of reworked, and we're going to have to do a little bit more work to get new true essence, which will be unfortunate, but not too bad. Oh, one last thing, I replaced these sand roads with quarried stone, and I've started leveling off stuff, just to build on, so you can see this all leveled off. But yeah, that will be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that was a good enough catch-up on what I've been doing. And I will, of course, do some more stuff before next episode, and we'll catch up more then and do another thing in there, and then just keep on going. So, thank you for watching. Have a good day. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.